Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking through all of the unread books on my physical TBR. Recently I've been making an effort to cut down on my physical TBR, and I thought it would be good for me and for you guys to kind of see what I'm working with, kind of get a more visual idea of just how many books I have that are unread on my shelves. So we're gonna do that today. I thought it could be kind of fun. In a second here, I'm gonna get up. We're going to go through my shelves. I'm gonna show you all of the books that I haven't read, and I might give you an idea of like how long I've had them. We can kind of figure out what some of the older books on my TBR are. I thought I could also go through and kind of show you guys the books that I want to pick up more immediately and kind of organize those for myself as well. And I'm just excited to do this. So I hope you guys are excited as well. I think this is going to be a pretty chatty video, but I just want to do something chill. That's what we're going to do in just a second, because I do want to quickly talk about the company that I'm partnering with on this video, and that is Ana Luisa. I am currently a VIP creator with Ana Luisa, so do expect to see them on this channel for the next couple of months, and I am so excited about that because I just absolutely adore their jewelry. Honestly, for the most part, every time you see me wearing like a jewelry piece, it's more likely than not from Ana Luisa, because I do just wear their stuff every day. But if you guys are unfamiliar, Ana Luisa is an online jewelry company with such an amazing sustainability mission. I know I say this every single time, but I just love the thought that goes into their pieces, and I also love that you can always tell that they have the planet in mind when they are making things. For example, they are 100% carbon neutral and climate neutral, and they use 100% recycled materials for their packaging. I feel like it's really hard to find sustainable items, especially jewelry that's not like super expensive, but Ana Luisa is a great option because all of their pieces start at $39. They do have some nicer pieces if you are in the market for those, but I think just generally if you're looking for good quality sustainable pieces, they're a great place to go to. I just love them as a company overall because while they are always keeping in mind the impact their products and manufacturing have on the planet, they do amazing other things as well, such as donating over 13,000 lightly used jewelry pieces last year. So I just love being able to tell you guys about such an amazing company, and now let me quickly show you the lovely jewelry pieces that they have sent to me this time around. First of all, I want to talk about the necklace that I'm wearing, and this is the Miche necklace. I absolutely love the green gemstone in this, and I love it on the silver chain. As I'm sure you guys may have noticed, I wear a ton of green, so obviously this just goes with everything, and I have been wearing it constantly. The other thing that I have on from them right now are these earrings, and these are the Hannah Lee earrings in silver. I actually have 2 sets of these, and I just absolutely love them. They are typically sold as a mismatched set, and while I love the look of that, I also do adore having 2 sets of them so I can have more tiny daggers. I just think they're so fun, and as a fantasy reader, I think they're perfect. Then I have 2 other sets of earrings here. First of all, I have the Onda Mini Silver, and I love the squiggliness of these. I think they're a really fun way to add like some funkiness into your outfit without it being too much. And then I also have the Ashi earrings, and these are just some gold little stars, and as I've said many a time before, I love celestial jewelry. So when I saw these, I thought they were perfect, and they will definitely match all of the other celestial jewelry that I have found from Ana Luisa. So if you guys saw anything that you liked, I will have Ana Luisa linked down in the description, and you can also use my code katieisreadingyt to get 20% off at checkout. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for working with me on this video, and let's get into going through my physical TBR. Okay, so I have a feeling these 2 back here are gonna be some of my worst shelves, so yeah, let's do it. This one's gonna be sad. No, I have not read any of these. I don't want to talk about this one. Literally all of these are book of the month books, which I will eventually read, but like right now, it just hasn't been the time. But I got like all of these last year or this year. And then The Sun and the Void I just recently got in an Illumicrate box, so I haven't even had a chance, so I'm not taking this one as a fail. It's just new. But this one is also not gonna be great. We have the entirety, well not the entirety, almost the entirety of the Anne of Green Gables series and Halloween Party, because this one I'm saving for fall. These I have no excuse, but I got all of these this year. Not read Eyes of the Dragon. I have not read Night Shift. I've had these for a while. I think I've had both of these since 2021. We have 3 Penguin Little Black Classics, all of which I think I got this year or last year. And then we have Mass Market Classics. I think Classics is probably gonna be the category of books that I own the most of that I haven't read. That's my toxic trait. I buy a bunch of classics because I think they're like, you know, cool and I will eventually read them. And then I don't read them quickly. But we have, you know, some Apollonius of Rhodes, sci-fi, which I bought for a video that I haven't filmed yet, Wuthering Heights, which I really need to read, and A Tale of Two Cities, which technically I started just haven't finished it. However, my vampire shelf is looking pretty good because I only have, I think, one on here that I haven't read, and that is Mina and the Undead, and I do want to read this one soon. But the rest of them, I have read. So that was not a very strong start, but I promise you, it will get better from here, because on this shelf, I think the only ones that I haven't read are Bringing Down the Duke, which I do want to read soon, and this arc of The Voice Upstairs that I also recently got, so only 2. And then obviously I've read every volume on my Yona of the Dawn shelf. Duh. And then honestly, a lot of these I don't really count. Like, all of these books are more just like coffee table books, so like obviously I'm not gonna sit down and read the whole thing. But like, for books that I am counting, I've not read The Little Prince yet. I also have not read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So from here on, it should get much better because these are like my fantasy and favorite series shelves, so I've read a ton of these. Like, I think this entire top row, aside from Tower of Dawn, I have read. On my red, white, and black shelf, the only 3 books that I haven't read are the 3 books in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which again, I'm hoping to read soon. And then on my Last Hours and Infernal Devices shelf, the only book that I have not read is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Also, I just realized I've not been telling you how long I've had these, but A Tale of Two Cities I bought in the summer of 2021, and I did start it. I made it to page 14. I've been on 14 for a while. Tower of Dawn I bought last summer, and then as for The Little Prince and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, this one was my mom's, so it's pretty old. And this one I think I got when I was very young. I don't know, but still haven't read it. As for this shelf, I have read every single book on it because this is like my favorite series shelf essentially. And then down here, some of these I have not read. Which ones? Haven't read either of my R.F. Kuang books. Both of these I got this year, I think. And I also have not read Wild as the Witch by Rachel Gillig, or Griffin? Said the wrong name. Rachel Griffin. And I have also not read The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. Both of these I'm hoping to read this upcoming spooky season. We won't mind that because that's just chilling there. As for this shelf, I have not read either of these. Ooh, geez. I have not read this, not read this, and I have not read this. Which honestly, it seems like I took a lot off, but Oathbringer and Rhythm of War are just so chunky. But let's see, I got Elantris this year, I got An Ember in the Ashes last summer, I think. I still really want to read this. The High Mountain Court I got a few weeks ago, and then these 2 books, ooh, I got rather recently as well. But honestly, these are so long, please don't blame me for not reading these yet. Okay, ACOTAR shelf, obviously I've read every book. This shelf, there are no books. As for this one, I have not yet read Some Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh. Again, did I get this one in a Lumicrate? Yeah, yes. I have also not read Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong, and I have also not read my arc of the sequel, because I have not read the first one. But this one I got last year. This one I got earlier this year. I do really want to aim to read these before the end of the summer because I want to read this before it comes out, so we'll see if that happens. And then the only other one I haven't read is Anatomy, a Love Story, and this one I'm saving for fall specifically. Moving on, obviously I've read all of these. Here, I definitely have some I have not read. Like Dark Waters by Catherine Arden. I just recently got this. I'm really hoping to read this either soon or like in the fall, you know? So we'll see. I also recently found Stuart Little at the thrift store, and have I read this? I feel like I've read this, but I wanted to reread it. I also thought the cover art was super cute, so. Still have not read Anne of Green Gables. I still hate myself for it. And then I've also not read Smith of Wooten Major and Farmer Giles of Ham by J.R.R. Tolkien. Then we can talk about my classics shelf, which is gonna be really sad. Have not finished New and Selected Poems by Mary Oliver. I got this earlier this year. Try to make it up to. I'm on page 84. Maybe one day. I have not finished Anna Karenina. I made it 200 pages in, and I never continued. Have not read Jane Eyre. Also have not read The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. What else? No Bloody Chamber. No Woman in Black. No Penguin Book of Witches. No Wuthering Heights. This is not good. A lot of classics. We have The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. Again, I have 2 copies of this and I have not read it. We have The Moonstone, which to be fair I just got recently. Same thing with Lady Audley's Secret. Also have not read Emma. And then we have some poetry books, which like Eventually. Over here we have just like my random rainbow shelf that I wanted. I have not read The Night Circus, but this is my Patreon book club buddy read for the month. So this will be happening, but I've had this for a while too. We have an Arc of Promised Shadows that I never read. Assassin's Apprentice. I've had this book for a freaking eternity, but for some certain reasons, I will be reading it soon. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I'm in the middle of this right now. I'm reading it, so. Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, although everybody is absolutely loving this book right now, so I know I need to read it soon. Have not read The Sword of Kaigan or The Left Hand of Darkness, both of these which I got this year. You know, I didn't think this was actually going to be as bad as it is right now. But it's fine. Actually, I've read a lot of these. Yes. I think the only one I haven't read is The Moonday Letters. So I'm considering that a win. And then we have my horror shelf-ish. Let's see. I've not read This Is Halloween, but I'm saving this for this Halloween. I've read these. I've not read From the Dust Returned, but this is the only one in this stack that I haven't read. I've not read Danse Macabre. This is my parents' though, so I didn't buy it, I just kind of borrowed it. Have not read The Dark Half either, but this one I took from my dad, so again, wasn't my fault. Our Hideous Progeny. I do really want to read this because it's like Frankenstein-ish. And then these bottom two shelves are a free-for-all, honestly, so I don't know. But I have read The Inheritance Games, Twilight. Have not read The Witch King, as this was a recent acquisition, I guess. Have not read Midnight and Everwood. These are some arcs. And then down here I have a book which I'm selling on Pengo, but this is the only one I have listed. And we have A Door in the Dark, which I've also not read. But the only other books on here are my Percy Jackson books and some Harry Potter books. So that's the last shelf. Those are all the books. I'm gonna go count them and cry a little bit. Okay, so I've organized my books into stacks, which I will talk about in a second. But I went through and I tallied up all of my read and unread books. And apparently on my shelves, I have 268 books that I have read and 83 books that I have not read, which means I have a total of like 350 books, which I feel like that's too many. I don't know. There's a high likelihood that I counted wrong, but we're gonna go with this because that means that only 23% of my TBR is unread. And I'm gonna consider that a win because it's not that bad. However, a year and a half ago, I did this same concept where I counted all of the unread books on my physical TBR, and I think I had like 80 unread books in that one. So it's really only gotten worse, but only by 3. So honestly, I'm going to slightly consider that a win because it means that I read about the same amount of books that I buy, which I would consider that to be a good thing. So I'm rather content with the results of this video. While I know that it is unrealistic for me to get my number of unread books down to 0, and honestly, I don't really want my number of unread books to be down to 0 because I like having so many options of like what to read at any given point, but I would like to still cut back on it. My goal is to get it under 50, which I feel like that's not that hard of a goal, and theoretically, I should be able to do that. But I just don't know. But that is my goal by the end of the year, is to get my physical TBR under 50 books. But I thought it would be fun to sort all of my unread books kind of into priority levels. So these 2 stacks over here are like, I'll get to them when I get to them. At some point in time, I will read them. You know what I'm saying? These books right here are like by the end of the year, I would like to read them because there's a lot of like spooky books in here that I'm gonna read in the fall. There's some books in here that I know I'm doing for like book clubs and stuff. So it will happen, just not like immediately. Here is my immediately stack though, and I'm really excited about all of these, honestly. Like putting them all in their own little like thing here, I just like looking at them and it does get me really excited to read them. I know I could get like a TBR cart or like make a shelf for my books I want to read immediately kind of thing, but I like how my shelves look. So I'm not gonna do that, but kind of seeing this stack here is nice. Honestly, I just love it when I have an opportunity to like make large stacks of books on my floor and sit among them. What have I learned from this video? Because this is the end of the video. I don't really know, to be honest. I need to stop buying books, but I could have told you that a long time ago. I think what I've learned from this video is that while I do have like more books on my physical TBR than I should, it's not as bad as it could be, and I'm not in the triple digits. So I'm going to take that as a win, my friends. So, that's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I just want to do something kind of, you know, casual. today, and I thought this was fun. If you guys did enjoy the video, I would love to hear an estimate on like how many unread books you guys have on your physical TBR. We can be in this together. Although if you have like 0 books on your physical unread TBR, I don't want to hear it. Just know that I bow down to you. But again, thank you so much to Ana Luisa for working with me on this video. If you guys want to use the code katieisreading20 to get 20% off at checkout, the link will be in the description. Also, thank you so much to everybody over on my Patreon. If you guys ever want extra content from me, we always do some fun stuff over there, such as extra videos, monthly buddy reads, readathons, what's the last thing, journaling content. That will be also linked in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching again. Yeah, bye.